Good evening, everyone. It finally happened. 23 years in the making. Kirby Air Ride finally gets a sequel. Got a short teaser trailer, cinematic teaser trailer, from the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation Wednesday, and it's directed by Masahiro Sakurai. As you guys know, he's famous for all the Smash Brothers games and all the Kirby games, Kid Icarus, and all that fun stuff made by Sora. And Sora is pretty much his company. It's just that the reason they slapped his name on the end card was because he's directly going to be overseeing the project, which makes it more exciting and gives us more reliability for the quality of the game, of the sequel. This game, it holds a lot of memories for me back in the GameCube days. So it came out in 2003. I'm pretty sure I didn't play it until like 2 or 3 years later, but yeah, I played that non-stop. Me and my friend Christian back in the day, we cleared the checkered boards, and to be honest, he did most of the heavy lifting. I was there along for the ride. We got the Dragoon parts, we got the Hydra parts, City Trial, we did Free Run, we did Top Rider, we did fucking Free Run. We did Air Ride, Top Ride, and then City Trial. So I wanted to make a Ramble video. Another thing is, I choked up a bit when I first saw this teaser trailer, and to be honest, this is kind of a first in a long time that a video game has made me feel any kind of, I guess you could say, raw emotion. The reason I don't like doing reaction videos because I don't like screaming into the camera and like flipping tables, and it feels pretty ingenuous for me. Like the most you'll see from me watching video game trailers, like I have a big grin on my face. But yeah, like the memory was unlocked when I saw this teaser trailer. I got hit by something different. But yeah, so I kind of want to see how much I can milk this 1.5 minute teaser cinematic trailer into a full-blown Ramble video. I kind of want to talk about, I guess, based off of pretty much nothing, or I guess based off of the original game, what I like to see build upon the sequel, and what I like to see come back, and I guess newer things. So we're gonna take this mode by mode. First, let me get some, I guess, not nuances out of the way, but some things I would like to see come back that aren't game mode specific. For example, I like to see the checkerboard come back, and the thing is that checkerboard did come back somewhat in Smash Brothers for 3DS. I don't know if you guys remember Smash Run. That was pretty much kind of like Kirby Air Ride, where you'd go around. For the kids nowadays that haven't had a chance to grow up with Kirby Air Ride, you guys got a small taste of it if you grew up with the 3DS playing Smash for 3DS in the game mode Smash Run, which was heavily inspired by City Trial and from Kirby Air Ride, where you would go around beating people up, and you'd be upgrading your character that way at the end of the match you would be thrown into some random type match, either a normal battle, a race to the finish, who can beat up the most enemies, and stuff like that. That's what pretty much City Trial is, except you're not beating up random enemies, you're more so going around trying to mess with each other through like killing each other, breaking each other's air rides, and then knocking each other out, which will knock out the power-ups that you collected so far, such as increasing your top speed, increasing your turn, your attack, your defense, and all that stuff. So you could so yeah, I kind of went off on a ramble. So I started talking about City Trial. So I want to see a checkerboard come back, and originally Kirby Air Ride was meant up to 4 people. I'm sure we're gonna have online play and split screen coming back, but I'd like to see at least like up to 8 people. We have the raw power for the Switch 2 to handle up to 8 people at least. If anything, ideally I'd like to see 16 people City Trial, and that would be pretty awesome. And 16 people races, 16 people Top Ride. Top Ride I think would be pretty cramped, but I'm sure they can like widen the tracks and like make them a little bit longer, that way to accommodate all 16 drivers. All the color palettes I'd like to come back. Meta Knight, I guess another overarching thing we can talk about that's not mode specific are the characters. We had Kirby, and then basically the other characters were just the color swaps. We had brown, gray, purple, pink, yellow, blue, red, green, and you unlock them by clearing out the checkerboard. So say for example, so you can either coincidentally unlock something, or for example, say you coincidentally unlock something like saying in City Trial you have to run through the star tower and break it. You unlock one checker box, and then you'll get kind of like a hint as to how to unlock the adjacent checker boxes. So for example, say, oh, get first place in the Green Meadows racetrack. And the thing is with City Trial, not only are the game modes that you play at the end of each run random, but so are the tracks. So for example, it can be Demolition Derby. Well, Demolition Derby I believe only has one map, or the King DDD Derby, where you're like fighting him as well. Actually no, Demolition Derby actually has two maps. So there's like the green ones, and then there's like the metallic one. I forgot what it was called. But say for example you do land on a race to the finish, like one lap at the end of the City Trial, but there's still like 8 maps that you can fall under. So you won't have an opportunity to unlock that specific checkbox each run. You'd have to keep trying over and over. So where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so bring back the checker box, bring back unlockables through the checkerboard checkbox. And then so speaking of characters, Meta Knight, Kirby, make Bandana, Waddle Dee, bring back, if anything I'd love to see, just get everybody that was introduced in Star Allies plus everybody that was introduced in Kirby's Forgotten Land, and just bring everyone in, make it the Smash Ultimate of Kirby Air Ride. That'd be pretty cool to see. Everybody has their own like strengths and weaknesses. Like the heavier characters have more defense and offense, but they're a little bit slower. The lighter characters, they're more nimble. They can like glide for farther, to more top speed, easier to turn. Well, actually no, the heavier characters would be easier to turn. Just make it like I said, instead of calling the Kirby Air Riders, call it Kirby Air Ride Ultimate, or I don't know. But yeah, and all the color swaps. And for the color swaps, I hope that also applies to the side characters, not just Kirby and Meta Knight. Like Bandana, Waddle Dee, purple. I don't know, pink. Even King DDD. Make him color swapped and all that stuff. So now I can go into the 3 mode specific modes that I would like to see. So since I already blabbed about City Trial, I guess I'll start off with that one. So for City Trial, there's only been one map, which is City Trial. Hopefully they bring that back as a I hope they bring back all the maps and all the modes and just build upon them, which would be pretty cool. Since that game came out like 23 years ago, it would kind of, for the people who haven't played it, it would kind of feel like new content. So for similar like what they do with Mario Kart, like the newer Mario Karts, like they have the retro tracks and they have the new tracks. Just bring them back. So for a City Trial, yeah, so I don't know what is there to change. I guess that'd be pretty cool. Like instead of just beating up boxes, you can also have like random enemies sprinkled throughout like the city. Similar to like I mentioned Smash Run and Smash Brothers 3DS. Also the newer items, maybe you can add like ultimate power. So for example, like when you attack each other, you can either spin into each other, you can ram each other, you can like get these temporary power-ups like flame, sword, needle, ice, or more so freeze, I guess you could call it, from Kirby's Amazing Mirror. You know, like there's Ice Kirby, which is like you're basically like blowing out cold air, or then there's Freeze Kirby where like you kind of like you scrunch yourself up and then like you kind of, the cool air comes out of all his pores, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, if there could be like, if you can get the Return to Dreamland's Ultimate Edition of like those types of attacks, like for example, like you get Ultimate Sword and like you just see a big ass sword swipe across the map, that'd be pretty cool. Or Flame, like you just burn everything to a cinder, like with a 5-mile radius or something. As for new maps, apart from City Trial, I'd like to see like King DDD's castle, like make it like pretty detailed, like being able to like drive in and drive out kind of deal. The halberd, that would be pretty cool to battle on. You can have outdoor portions like on the deck, and then like going in and out of the cockpit and all that shit. The cabin, I don't know, trying to think of boat terms. The poop deck. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool too. So up next is Top Ride. I don't have much to say. So what Top Ride is basically like, you're looking, it's a top down kind of like an RC car type of race, where it's like you can all players share like one map, one screen, and you can see all 4 players at the same time, and then you're like kind of racing like I mentioned, like an RC car on a track. The controls are a little bit different. Like I just got finished playing the game and like it was kind of hard for me to drive, but like you have to turn the joystick. Like I said, more items, more characters, more levels. And for example, for Top Ride, the levels is like basically like grass, they're named after like the elements: grass, fire, metal, space, I think it was. There's like 7 maps. Oh, and sand. I know I'm missing some, but like I mentioned, similar to City Trial, bring everything back and just add more to it, like more maps, more items. And for example, the Top Ride specific items, there's like a drill, there's like a heavyweight, like with a skull on it that drags you, slows you down. Bring all that back. It's an old enough game where like people think it's fresh, and not just, and then like people like me who still remember the game and the details, sort of. I know I'm not making the best of explanations, will feel nostalgic and appreciate the game even more. And then last but not least is just Air Ride. It's basically like just like a normal, I wouldn't say kart racer, but like, yeah, like a Mario Kart, not, or Crash Team Racing, Diddy Kong Racing type map, where like you're just racing. I wouldn't say it's basic like racer, but there's rail grinding, there's gliding, so basically you don't have item boxes, you just have random enemies like the snowman, the firebirds, the regular wing birds that give you the wing ability, the fire ability, ice ability, the needle ability, plasma, that's another one I forgot. So yeah, bring all that. I'm repeating myself, but this is basically all you have to do is just bring everything back and more. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'm really happy this came back. It was a surprise to me. And actually, recently, like I follow the Spawncast and Spawn Wave Media. Yeah, they have a pretty good show. But I think I did a $2 super chat when like Kirby Air Ride 2 when. I forgot when it was. I think it was like a month ago, and I guess when is now. So I'm really happy. I'm more over the moon for this game. But yeah, Kirby Air Ride's back. We thought it was maybe F-Zero can come back, which it kind of has, but still, like I guess in a new iteration. That's up next. But thank you all for watching. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts and appreciation for Masahiro Sakurai for bringing back my childhood memories. So please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see in the new sequel. And it comes out this year, 2025. So that's pretty awesome too. Thank you and have a nice night.